Welcome back, everybody. We got our heat sinks in, so I'm out here putting together the transistor box to drive my coils with. So what we got here is a basically an ABS plastic project box. It's about 6 inches by 4 by, I think it's 2 inches deep, 2 1/4. And then these are the TO220 package. Because transistor, if you're not familiar, transistors come in different sizes. They call them packages. And the BIP 373s are in a TO220 package. So these are TO220 heat sinks. So you can see it's got a hole in there that's threaded. And you can mount your transistor to it and run a screw into it to hold it. Now the transistors that I got, the base or the body of the transistor, here I'll show you one. I actually got one sitting in the car here that I can take out. Oh yeah, right here. Come over here and show you. So this is them right here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. So this is the Bosch BIP 373 transistor. And this back side here, the base here, has to be isolated. Otherwise, you'll keep your coils on and you'll burn them out. I've already ran into that. I had a mica insulator under this, and I didn't have it completely isolated, and it burned out a couple of my coils. So, and that's why we're here. So basically this will let's see here. This basically sit right here like that. You put a screw through, and then the heat will transfer to this heat sink from the back side of the transistor here. So I got 8 of these, one for each one, and then I got some heatsink compound. So I'm not going to isolate them individually. This is a plastic project box, and these are going to be separated with nylon screws, so I can mount them directly without a mica insulator, so I'll get better heat transfer. I got just your standard Arctic MX4 thermal compound, 2019 edition. So that's what I'm going to use that. Like I said, I got some nylon screws and nuts to keep them secured and bolted down. And then I got some grommets that I'm going to drill into the cover here. Drill 8 holes for each of the transistors. And then put a grommet in there, and then run the 3 wires that come out of them. The 3 wires that come out of them, I'll run through, the grommet, and that'll make it look, halfway decent, make it look pretty good. So, and then once they're all bolted in, and I'll take my cover with the holes, the 8 holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, the wires coming out of it, put the screws in to hold this together, and then I'll have my ignition driver box, and I'll put this, most likely I'm going to put this in the glove box to keep it out of the way. And that's the game plan for now, at least. So we'll go ahead and continue on putting this together, and we'll come back once I got it all assembled. Alright, I got all 8 mounted. The heat sink's mounted to the box, and then what I'm going to do is, the transistors are already wired in the car, so I'm going to go into the car and let's see if I can get you a better shot here. So I'll put my thermal compound down and on here, and I'll slide these right over just like that, and put a nut on it, tighten it down, and secure it. And then, like I said, these wires are going to come up through the lid of the box with a grommet, and the whole box will be assembled and put into the glove box. So let's go ahead and go into the car here and get them bolted to the heat sinks, and then I'll drill my holes for, actually I might drill the holes now for the cover, put the grommets in there so it's a little easier, and we'll go from there. Alright, I got one drilled and I got a grommet in there. This is a test fit, trial fit, but that's basically how it's gonna look. It's gonna, you know, obviously it's gonna have 8 of them coming out, and they're kind of staged, 2 on each wall, here and here, and then there's 4 screws that hold the lid on, and that's basically what it'll look like. So, you know, it's got a nice grommet in there to, well, I won't say nice, it's got a Chinese grommet in there. How nice they are is left to be discussed, I guess. They work though. Won't get any chafing on the wires. So that is what we're going with. This was the kit that I got. Just a little Amazon deal from China. So came with a few different sizes. I wasn't sure what size I was gonna go with, so this worked out perfectly. I ended up using these ones. I don't know what size they are. I don't know if they're even marked. They don't look like it, but that's what I went with. And I drilled a, what is this? 27/64. That seemed to give it a nice snug fit, so it wasn't gonna pop out or any of that. So that's what we got. That's what it looks like. So I'm gonna continue on drilling the other ones out, putting grommets in them, and then we'll go to the car and get it put together. And then at that point, we can come over here and test out these coils, make sure they all work. And if they do, we'll button up that side, put the last 2 coils in, put the cover on it, and then we'll be good to go there. So that's what we'll finish up doing here. So cut you back on here in a minute. Alright, this is what we ended up with. Got all 8 drilled and the grommets put in them. So we're going to run over to the car and get the transistors ready to put a little of the thermal compound. I'm drawing a blank here. Thermal compound on them, and then put the transistors on them, and then I got nylon nuts here that'll thread on to the to the studs right there, and I'll feed the wiring through and be good to go. So let's go ahead and get that done. Alright, this is what we got going on here. I got all of them coming through the cover, through the grommets, and then as you can see right there, got it thermal compound on the back side of the heatsink, mica pad, and bolted down there. So I'm going to do that for the rest of these. I'm already ready to go, and we'll throw the rest of them on there, and then I'll show you what it looks like after we get done. Alright guys, that's what we got there, all assembled. I might have to clean up this wiring, and then I'll show you what it looks like after it's all cleaned up and everything's finished. So give me a minute and I'll cut you back on. Okay, we got the intake capped off. This port we're not using. It's 5/8 cap. And I got the fuel pressure regulator teed in because we ran out of ports on our vacuum manifold here, so I just teed in. So we got that all set up, and then over here I got that bottom port right there capped off. We don't need that. And then come to find out, got to thinking, I was looking at this valve here, and it's like, well, I could probably, because this came off the 2 valve, the 042 valve that came out of this car. This was the IAC valve, the idler control valve that was on it, and it's like, well, I could just cap this off and probably use it. Well, when I got to investigating a little more on this manifold, this 0304 Mach 1 manifold, I need both of these ports open. And this one, it's blocked off, so it takes air in here and then bypasses it through here. Well, I need it to take in air here and bypass it out here. So, got one ordered for the, the factory one for the 0304 Mach 1. So I got that coming. It'll be here Wednesday. And what else did I finish up here? I think that was all I got done right at the moment. But so once I get that in, I can throw that on, and I think at that point, man, I just gotta tack up this last muffler, get that mounted, and put that last cutout in. And then at that point, man, we're about ready to start it. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head that we gotta do. Just mess with the tune a little bit, get all the settings set up, and then we can attempt to start this thing. So stay tuned, guys. We're super close. Alright, guys, so that's gonna be it for today. Like I said, I got that valve ordered. Be here Wednesday, and we'll get that put on. And in the meantime, I'll clean up the tune, get that all stuff squared away, and I'll make a video on that, showing the setup on it for the Megasquirt deal. So we'll get that squared away, get it all loaded up. We'll have to go get a little more E85 because I only grabbed a couple gallons when I was testing for leaks on the fuel system. So we'll have to get some more fuel, and then at that point, man, we'll be ready to fire this thing over and get her started up, get her broke in as much as we can, because obviously we can't do a whole lot because we can't put it on the street yet, because the rear axle needs to be obviously put back together. But we're gonna have to wait probably a couple weeks to get that stuff ordered, because that stuff ain't cheap back there. So that's what we got to do. So but I'm gonna shut it down for tonight, and then I will be back out here tomorrow to continue on. So we'll see you then.